Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Slamhub Wrestling. Myself, Suprit, and this is your AEW Rampage review for October 1st, 2021. I'm joined by Abby Maniac. What you think about this Rampage here we had in Rochester?
I thought that it was a decent show. It started off hot, but as it progressed, it maintained at a level. It started this, and then it maintained at a level. It was a decent show. It was watchable, absolutely. I could say, there was a, complaint. I saw some comment that, the main event was probably, ill booked. That, Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans should not have been the main event. But the stipulation probably would have played a part in them being the main event, and also the booking of Orange Cassidy, that has been from the start, that he has been booked as such, that he has been pushed as a main event character, that his booking makes sense in that way. But the match and the quality of match, you know it it doesn't scream main event. It doesn't scream that. But yes, the stipulation and the stature of how they have pushed Orange Cassidy, then it makes sense.
We'll get to that in details, but before we get into all the stuff, if you are new to Slamhub Wrestling, then make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. Check out our other content, like we did review for Extreme Rules, aka non Extreme Rules. Also check out our Dynamite review where we talked about Arn Anderson, and Arn Anderson. That's it. So check it out. Pretty great review. And let's get into the all the stuff with Rampage here. So, but before we get into the actual review, want to discuss some news regarding AEW. So this is regarding the EVPs, that are the extreme violent people. So I'm talking about Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks. So the story is, according to Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net. So he's reporting that these guys are EVPs, but just in name. They don't have the power anymore compared to the situation we had 2 years ago. So that is your main headline. And this report also stated the facts that they are not involved in these big meetings, these creative meetings every week for television, etc. And the final say is from Tony Khan himself. He is the boss and he gets the final word. So these people, like the EVPs, they don't have the final say in creative decisions and all. But it is stated there is still creative freedom that has been going on for 2 years. You can pitch ideas and stuff. But yeah, there you go, man. That's the headline. Tony Khan runs things here. These guys are, for namesake alone, EVPs. But also, before you get your thoughts, I want to add this in also. But they have their important roles. Like Kenny Omega, he's fully on with the video game and stuff. Cody Rhodes, I don't know what's his status, but I think he does have a small input with Tony Khan and stuff. Young Bucks, they are handling like Matt Jackson, especially he and his wife. are handling merchandise, while Nick Jackson is doing stuff with BT. So there you go. They have individual roles, but not with the creative and stuff. But what do you think about this situation here? Is it a big deal and all?
I think that it is not a big deal. I think that it is good. I think it is good. Now, what the situation is, what he reports, Cassidy of bodyslam.net. Uh, because if the talent have a big say, in the creative bookings, what happened with Hulk Hogan and in WCW. What happened then. So this should be a good thing, in my opinion. And what happens is that the talent's biasness comes in. But that they should not be booked to lose, and their family and friends in other promotions, they get the jobs in. So what happens is that if you are in the position of Tony Khan, for example, and uh, either of the people are in the position of EVPs, so they get their people in, just like that, who are in other promotions. So you at various points, you recruit people who probably aren't you can say there isn't you can say much
Stock.
space on the roster. Yes, space on the roster, and also probably they are not they do not have much, you can say, star power or something like that. And you probably lead into recruiting people for the sake of you do not want to piss off a certain guy. You do not want to piss Cody off, you do not want to piss off Bucks, you do not want to piss off Kenny. So you hire those people, if you are in the place of Tony Khan. But now the thing is that he has a final say, and now he has placed them as talents, and they have their individual projects. So now, with regards to recruiting talent and stuff like that, he has the final say, absolutely. And now he should have a strict role in respect of that they can pitch people, absolutely, that he is a great guy, you can recruit him. So then he gets a tryout at dark elevation. So there is a process. No, there is not a process that EVPs get in and here you get a shoe in, just like that. So I guess this what has now happened with regards to the overall growth of the company, and with regards to creative process, and also the overall work environment, because probably many talents and even the audience probably can get a negative mindset that these are the EVPs, they will be always booked strong, and they will not be booked to lose and stuff like that. So now they have been pushed to the talent side, and they will be given the when say booking, or as such, that they the storyline would be given more preference rather than their individual positioning in the company. So that should be always the you know the thing in the company.
But the one positive thing is they are still pitching for You can go to a Tony Khan and pitch ideas, what you want to do on television, what promos you want to do. You can do all that stuff.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
if I'm not wrong, they do have some agents, right?
Yes. Yes, they have. Billy Gunn, Dean Malenko, Vicky Guerrero, and there are others as well. I've only named a few. Jerry Lane and
Armed Anderson.
Sanjay Dutt. Arn Anderson, yes, Arn Anderson. Sanjay Dutt is probably more involved with Dark and Dark Elevation. He is new. And there are others as well.
So you still got people to talk to, and you can run this ship. This ship will go smoothly.
Yes, absolutely.
That's pretty much it. And another thing I forgot to mention is they casually mentioned that the Elite and Cody Rhodes are not that close like they used to be. So just letting it out, in the open over there.
It probably has occurred due to, probably their mindset with regards to professional wrestling. Cody probably has an old school mindset with professional wrestling, and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega have a probably different mindset. And there could be differences, but you coexist, and you run the promotion. There would not be any problems, in my opinion. You have a different mindset, but that is the beauty of professional wrestling, that different mindsets. But if there is a diversity in your product, that it creates its own magic. You would not want, probably, in my opinion, a similar product, from top to bottom, similar kind of matches and similar kind of mindset with regards to professional wrestling from top to bottom. There would be differences, absolutely. You have such a big roster and employees. There would be differences. So different mindsets, you create a magic, and it translates to the fans, and it creates its own.
But that was the news part. Let's get into the review. So Rampage, they kicked off with Bryan Danielson versus Nick Jackson. So yeah, Bryan Danielson still wants that shot with Kenny Omega. So things happened on Dynamite. So as a result, we're getting this match. You could say it's a dream match. But anyways, this turned out to be a really good and fun TV match. Bryan Danielson looked great. Nick Jackson had some of his moments. Overall, really good match. What you think about it?
I thought that it was a competitive, entertaining match, and Bryan's submission prowess was at play throughout the match, and loved it. He targeted the left arm and the left leg of Nick Jackson at one point, and it is well documented and it is well talked about. The selling of the Young Bucks is not up to par. So it was also evident in this match. The selling was not, good. Let's be honest. And Other than that, yes, it was a clash of styles between the two. A submission style, he can do spots. Talking about Bryan, and with regards to Nick Jackson, yes, he's a tag team specialist. Seeing him in singles action is obviously a step back, but yes, he can do athletic shit and he can do the spots. So it is an entertaining uh, you know clash between the two, absolutely. And you know I guess I saw a story floating around. I guess it was on just before when Dynamite went on the air. It was involving this match. News was out that they are going to tape Bryan versus Nick Jackson. So there was this story that it dates back to 2009. I don't know if it is true or it is not.
It is a story, and I kind of said it on the Dynamite review. Kind of there the entire story, what the legend says, could be true, but who knows?
I saw a small clip, but that pertained to the ending moments of that whole shit involving Roderick Strong, Bryan Danielson, and the Young Bucks. So the post I saw on Facebook, it quoted Young Bucks book. So I don't know, if you have not read the book, so we do not know that if it's true or not. But if there was a backstory, it wasn't talked about in from the commentators.
Sure. Could have been interesting if someone brought it up.
Yes, absolutely. I was looking forward to it, but it wasn't. Nonetheless, it was pretty enjoyable. And Bryan, got the win via submission. Cattle mutilation got him the victory. That was pretty special.
Yeah, we'll get to all the stuff here. You said you talked about Nick Jackson selling. He's pretty weak at that element. The thing with Bryan Danielson is he's a type of wrestler that would force you to sell, quote unquote.
Yes.
So let's get into the highlights here. Like they really brought up the styles clash. Both men are different type of wrestlers. Like Bryan is very pure technical guy, while Nick Jackson is a very high flyer, you can say. So so Nick Jackson was doing the typical heel shit, and we see Danielson hitting it to pay from the get-go. So we would see Danielson would ground Nick Jackson with the joint manipulation and stuff, which looks insane and cringe at times. Like this is not the Daniel Bryan we have become like programmed to for all these years. Bryan Danielson, this is a different monster. He doesn't hold back. That's the gimmick here. So, like I said, Danielson is just grounding Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson had some of the moments, like we see involvement of his brother Matt at one point. Then Brandon Cutler was trying to, do some heel shit in this match. So there was, let's get to the finish here. So what happened was Brandon Cutler, he accidentally got kicked by Nick Jackson, as both Nick and Danielson were doing some exchanging spots and stuff near the apron. So at one point, even Nick Jackson hit a big corkscrew on Danielson on the outside. So what happened was back in Nick Jackson was going for a 450, but Danielson, he escapes and he locks in the label lock, but Nick Jackson was able to escape. So as we get to the finish, like we said, we did see involvement of Brandon Cutler. He was taken out. Even Matt Jackson was taken out at one point. So the finish was Bryan Danielson was just destroying, excuse me, destroying Nick Jackson with a bunch of elbows, look very brutal elbows, and then locked in the cat mutilation. And this forced Nick Jackson to tap out. That was pretty much it. Really fun match. Then we see a little post-match bit here where we see the Elite, coming to the aid of Nick Jackson. And then Bryan Danielson's the babyface's crew, came out to even up the odds. And of course, we saw a big brawl. Kenny Omega made sure he escaped this said brawl. So what happened was Adam Cole, he was locked in this submission by Jungle Boy, and we hear the crowd chanting Kenny no balls, while Bryan Danielson was forcing Omega to just show up in the ring. So Omega, he took a risk, jumped the ring, but he gets trapped into Bryan Danielson label lock, and both Adam Cole and Kenny Omega were seen tapping out to the submissions. So there you go. I think we have a big 8-man planned for a Dynamite next week. So the main story is they want to build up to this rematch between Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. There you go.
Yes.
But yeah, you were saying something?
I think we also saw the chant, "You're gonna get your fucking head kicked in perfection in this match."
Yeah.
For the first time.
So henceforth, you can pull it off in a big arena.
Yes, but probably not with the WWE crowd.
Nope. We're gonna have, who's that guy? Bruce Pritchard. Anyways, man, why am I talking WWE here? Let's stick to the Elite topic, because we heard from CM Punk. He had a little promo video package, whatever you want to call it. Talks about his journey so far, the guys he has faced like Darby Allin and Powerhouse Hobbs. Said he barely survived these guys, and he's well aware that he has a target on his back and he could be facing a lot of challenges as the days go by. So there you go. That was a statement by CM Punk. So the question is, what's next for this guy? I kind of, gotten, you could say he kind of planted seeds on commentary. Like he was really shitting on the Elite very much when they had a segment on Dynamite. So you could be seeing CM Punk and the Elite, doing something in the coming weeks.
Let's see. I don't have a you can say thing that I can say for this, that it proves that Punk is doing this, but there is a chance that probably Punk can join them.
Wait, are you implementing that Punk is going to join the Elite?
Yes.
Whoa, Jim Cornette is going to have a field day with this one.
But how they pull this off, I think it would be a big thing. probably they do that shit, that it is a slow burn, that first he goes to the other side and then he double crosses them and then he joins. It can go that way, but he can join them.
You're meaning in it a way like CM Punk is going to be a snake.
Yes. uh,
if you can't
hmm.
beat him, join him type of situation.
uh,
But to eventually destroy them within, like what MJF did, something like that.
that would be a pretty long thing. First, let's see. What happens is there is they can go with that in two ways. Either straight up, they book that he joins them, and second is that he joins the other side first, and then at a certain point, uh, you know, uh, you know, he double crosses the side which he has joined, the other side, and then it is revealed that he has joined the elite. And the other side, the other side involves Bryan Danielson, Jungle Boy, Christian Cage, and
Yeah.
Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
So he double crosses them. So there's a chance that they go that way, but he is joining the elite. They can go that way to you know um, elevate that group, to you know uh, make them mainstream, in a way that to put them over. If he joins that group, you know he would bring eyes to the guys who are with him. Can you make a Bucks, Cole? He would bring eyes to them. It is you can say a uh, kind of a booking that you are doing in a case that you're doing with, for instance, the Bullet Club, that you bring AJ Styles in. So how do you do that? You are making that faction, uh, the hottest thing. So how do you do that?
Bring in a
And
CM
from
Punk.
that and in turn, you are also making CM Punk relevant, because right now CM Punk doesn't have anything at this point.
How about if
Like,
you are pitching this CM Punk elite in a faction? Why don't
hmm.
you go out of your way, have let CM Punk bring the actual Bullet Club to AEW? You you by the way, you already have a CM Punk customized Bullet Club T-shirt. So let's make it a actual thing now.
They can, but are they that over?
The current version of
I'm
Bullet Club.
talking.
Uh,
And would the egos of the elite allow that to happen on their show?
in story wise, you could make its sense, could make some sense out of all this stuff.
Storyline, yes, they absolutely can, but with the egos involved and the thing which is there, that they are not as over with the audience, here, I'm talking about worldwide. Let's be honest here. If you compare the elite with the Bullet Club, with regards to being over with the crowd worldwide, you have your answer.
Yeah, I get it. Bullet Club right now, if we're talking about the current version, I don't even know what they stand for now. They are just a faction in New
So,
Japan. That's it.
yes.
But you can do
So,
something if they want to, Forbidden Door and stuff. You can easily have access to those guys.
yes. But, them, booking, if they want to, booking CM Punk with the elite and making this a hot fucking faction, and them making this the hottest thing right now in professional wrestling, and then they can scour the world, so to speak, going to various promotions and then fucking with everybody and stuff like that, that can put over their faction, their egos, and their promotion as well. So they can go that way if they want to do it right now, or if they want to do it in the future, because probably right now they have put the thing which they were thinking of, that Punk feuding with Ricky Starks, they have put that on hold because they did a promo with Bryan Cage. Probably they, uh, our last review of last week, they got to their ears, and they thought that, oh, fuck, we have to, conclude the Bryan Cage shit with Ricky Starks first. Then we can go to Punk versus Ricky Starks. So probably they have halted Punk versus Ricky Starks at this point, and we didn't see any confrontation on Dynamite with Team Taz and CM Punk. So, and
Need to, I guess, like you said,
yes,
they are
they did.
putting the Punk Team Test thing on ice right now. They want to do, CM
Yes.
Punk versus Ricky Starks somewhere down the line.
So right now, if they are, they can, they are, that is not known at this point. If they are thinking of doing with what they want to do with CM Punk, but if they want to, they can. And if they have this fucking mindset that no, we want to uh, put this on hold, we want to stop, and we want to think of long term, that AJ might be coming in the future, in the near future, so we don't want to piss off AJ. Then
Which AJ are you
this is
mentioning? AJ Styles or AJ Lee?
AJ Styles. AJ Styles.
Okay, that makes sense.
So probably then they won't be doing the Punk thing. But if I am a booker, I would be booking CM Punk and make this thing the hottest thing ever. And when AJ comes in, then you can do whatever the fuck you want to. At that time, you can think about that then. But right now, You can do anything. Put CM Punk in the Elite, then Punk and Bryan can go at it. You can do anything at this point. Uh, you know,
Let's
let's
wait and
see.
see, because we
Mm.
we were fantasy booking for a while now. But
Yes, yes.
yeah, CM Punk is, I think, is going, if he goes with the Elite, Kenny Omega, you can see that option. Adam Cole could be a potential, you could build a pay-per-view match between Adam Cole and Punk. Maybe there was, you heard about this fantasy match, sorry, dream match that Punk wants. If he ever
Hmm.
wants to get into tag teams, situation, he and Bryan would face the
Yes.
Bucks. So you could do that as well. So a lot of possibilities, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But
Yes. Right now, just think that Punk at this point, he needs to get, in his groove with regards to wrestling in the ring. Right now he seems a little off because he was, yes, 7 years is a long thing, and age is also a thing. Absolutely, age. I'm not talking about age here. Age is also a thing. You know. So he needs to get in his groove. But right now, what is over with him is his character. His character, his work on the microphone is good. So if he aligns with the Elite, it seems that I am pushing for it.
yeah,
But the fact is, if he aligns with them, so with his mic work, with his character, he can make that thing the hottest thing ever. And it gives him a sense of thing as well, to make something out of it, and he doesn't need to wrestle every now and then. And it gives the whole faction, it puts them over as well, uh, to be the hottest thing ever, and all the eyes are on them. So everybody is benefiting. So they can go that way, probably, in the future. uh, you know it is up to them that how they pull it off and when.
the fact that we can easily fantasy book the Elite, Bullet Club, CM Punk in one sentence, and it's a possibility, is just mind-boggling.
I probably thought of this years ago.
The day
Probably
CM
in
Punk left.
20. No, probably when CM Punk was the hottest thing ever in WWE, and the Bullet Club was the hottest thing ever in professional wrestling outside of WWE. So I thought that if there exists a world when CM Punk can be a part of the Bullet Club, with the likes of the Young Bucks, they are friends, uh, probably not on screen, but we know that. But it would also translate to television when the real becomes real. It translates to the audience. So it can be the hottest thing ever. But the thing is that when you have a good chunk of audience, so probably you would be thinking at this point that we do not have a big audience, so we should be holding ourselves back. We should be doing this shit when we have a big audience, when we have TV deals in fucking every country ever on the face of the earth. So it would be up to the booker that how he thinks, that he can think that way, that I should use this thing and make my company the hottest thing ever, or I could shelve this and use it when I have a good chunk of audience, and then make it even a bigger thing, my company.
We'll have to wait and see, man. But you mentioned Ricky Starks. So what happened was
Yes.
Powerhouse Hobbs and Hook, they got some special TV time. So he was just talking about that Ricky Starks has a special message for Brian Cage. So then we transition into this movie type of scene where Ricky Starks is showing off his ring gear, he's in a luxury car, he's talking about Brian Cage, just discussing what's happening between him and Cage, how Cage is a big guy, that doesn't mean he can kick his ass, etc., etc. The only reason I liked it because this was produced by Ricky Starks himself, and we have evidence for this because he has stated that he loves to produce, make content and stuff, do his own stuff, film, he likes doing that, he loves that, which is a great talent, by the way. So I love that aspect of it. Yeah, in storyline wise, I think they are trying to bring back this Cage thing once again. They have to, have a closure to that storyline. So there you go.
Yes.
And with transition, yeah, you were saying something.
Nothing. I was just saying that probably they listened to our review last week, and they thought that, oh fuck, we have to conclude the Brian Cage shit. So good on them.
Yeah, so this was a transition to show us that Ricky Starks has joined commentary, and I mentioned it last week that he is just great on commentary. His chemistry with him and Taz are just mind blowing. So let's get to this triple threat match. This is Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose. They were stating, like this has been a thing since the All Out pay-per-view, and this women's casino battle royal, happened. So this rivalry started over there, and yeah, we had a match on Rampage, and it was, I think you could say, one of the best women's matches on TV. So far we have seen for the last couple of weeks.
I cannot say in comparison how this match would stack, but if I would say overall this match was decent. It was entertaining, absolutely. This was a decent. It was a good match. Probably I would like to say that the commercial break hurt the match. It probably put it down a notch. Probably if it were a pay-per-view, so probably it could have been a better match. But nonetheless, whatever we saw, the action that with regards to the spots with the table, with the trash can, with the chair at the end movements, and with there was this the drop kick spot with Jade Cargill hanging with the bottom rope, and Thunder Rosa running with the drop kick. It reminded me of that spot which happened in WWE with, I guess it was a Japanese talent. She did a similar spot, and she did it with, I guess, Shotzi. And it was probably just weeks ago, and it looked fucking brutal. It looked like fuck, she has knocked her out. If I'm not wrong, with the talents.
Are you mentioning something on NXT, I guess?
Yes, it was on NXT. But this one, I saw it on Instagram. I do not watch WWE. But when Thunder Rosa did it, it looked safe. It looked safe, and it looked like, yes, it hurt. Absolutely. It is all about, how do you do the camera, how do you cut the camera, and how do you place your camera. That is how you make it look that way. You do not need to hurt your opponent. You do not need to make her a patient at the local medical facility.
Yeah, I catch your drift. But like I said, it was
Yes.
a good match in a way. Like actually comparing to the recent women's matches we've seen on AEW television, it was much better.
Yes.
But it had
Yes.
its critical points. Like I have to
Yes.
say, Jade Cargill really needs to uh, get her. What really need to do some improvement in ring wise. The other aspects of
Mhm.
Jade Cargill is spot on. The presence is great. She looks like a star. If she can do the the in ring work, she will be a top notch star in this division.
Uh, uh, I get, I get what you're saying. I guess she wouldn't be, she's, she's learning absolutely with how she goes, and the thing is that her character and her stature would not be requiring her to do the shit, the you know the athletic shit that the others do. She is the powerhouse, so she would be doing the powerhouse shit, the bear hugs, and showing her the power and stuff like that, and doing the heel and heel shit, and trash talking the character, relying on the character more, and little on you know the athletic and the sports, more on the character. But I get I get that getting more smooth with the ring, and uh, taking the moves. I get that absolutely. Three-way matches, you know it gets it gets difficult at times, but you know she would get better as you know uh, she competes in more matches.
But let's get into the highlights. Like the story was that uh, Thunder Rosa was being taken out of the equation, and we used to have this there were several times where Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose had a face to face because they are the biggest competitors in this match. And we quickly go to commercial. And as we come back, we learn that this match also is a no DQ because we see trash cans, we see steel chairs, and this was something new to me. I thought this was not a no DQ in AEW, but it was. So we see, all these weapons coming about. They said there is a table set up by Nyla Rose. So what happened was Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa, they were actually fighting off on the apron. The Nyla was setting up Thunder Rosa to just slam her through the table, but it actually backfires. So we see Thunder Rosa hitting a big power bomb on Nyla Rose. Looked brutal. Crowd goes for a holy shit chant. So Nyla Rose is taken out of the match. So this led to Thunder Rosa and Jade Cargill squaring off. So what happened was Jade Cargill got a steel chair. So bunch of chair shots to Thunder Rosa, which looked weak, I guess. But there you go. This is the way she finished off Thunder Rosa and got the big victory here. Jade Cargill is still undefeated, as pointed out by commentary, looking like they are going to do something big. And I think she could be the potential, favorite to be that rumored TBS champion.
Yes. I would agree with your take with regards to the finish. It looked weak, but probably she was trying to not hurt her opponent with the steel chair shots. It so probably she was trying to be safe. You know, it's just that thing. As you progress, in the ring, as you get, you would get better. With regards to using the weapons and competing in the ring, you would get better. Not hurting your opponent, and it is a thing. Uh, she would get better as the time progresses, and there was one thing with regards to, I guess, this whole episode, not only this match. I guess that it was a good story presentation by AEW, that I can understand now, with I have done brainstorming with regards to with uh, their time constraints and stuff like that. So with regards to every week, across both the shows. So I guess that they are getting better towards getting fans up to speed with regards to the rivalries, and with regards to stories, storytelling therein. So good stuff. Just like you pointed out at the start of this, when we started discussing this three-way match. We got to know how this all started. At All Out, with regards to the battle royal, and shit happened on the previous Dynamite, uh, previously on the pay-per-view. And we also got to know of the lights out match with Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. So it is kudos when it's due. Good stuff from AEW.
But see, even since day one, they know how to book these matches. Tony Khan is being known to know he's great at booking these matches, especially.
Mhm. Most of the times, yes, absolutely. Sometimes, people, you can say that they, criticize to criticize, and sometimes it, it makes sense. This match made sense. You know, Now, when they, presented the, facts, it made sense. Full marks to it. But sometimes, yes, you can criticize the stuff that sometimes it happens out of the blue. Sometimes people criticize that you are having special shows just for the sake of it, just to pop a rating and stuff like that. you know Agreed for that thing. But long term booking, you know a good consistent show to increase your audience, uh, absolutely, that would be your focus, and that would absolutely be happening throughout. So if that is happening, and I guess it is happening, and if it is, then it is a good sign for the future. And when I see the show, either Dynamite or Rampage, I pretty much enjoy the show watching. If you are enjoying what you are watching, then you are doing something right.
Yeah, that's the whole point of AEW, the whole point of why we are even thinking about doing reviews for this. We enjoy this product, like to talk about it. That's the whole goal.
Agreed. Absolutely. You know, there was this time, people can criticize, or they can put this shit on me that you are just a WWE hater and stuff like that. That is not the case.
You're on
I
TK's sweet payroll.
Yes, but the thing is that I am not watching because I'm not resonating with the product. That is the only thing. I'm not hating. I watch. I witness social media. I see people criticizing for the sake of criticizing WWE. I many a times, see people criticizing, because they watch, then only they can criticize. I do not watch. Why do I criticize? Because I do not know what is happening on the show. So I do not criticize. I do not criticize WWE. And, if I have an inkling inside to watch, I would watch. I do not have it right now, so I do not watch. There is nothing against the promotion. I just do not, resonate with the product. I enjoy watching AW. I resonate with the product.
If everything else except Roman Reigns would be better, then everyone will love watching WWE as well.
Possibly.
But let's get back to AEW. Let's talk about the main event. So yeah, Mark Henry, he was interviewing the competitors here. That is Orange Cassidy and Jack Evans. So Matt Hardy in the background is just going crazy with his scissors, and just Mark Henry is just getting the thoughts of both these competitors, especially Orange Cassidy. He didn't have a clue what the stipulation was, which was hilarious. But yeah, but he did know that he was going to win this match. So then Henry did his whole stuff. Let's talk for time is over. Let's get into the main event. So this was a hair versus hair match. Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans. This was just a match, Abby. And I think this also went through the commercial. And I have to say
Yes.
something about Jack Evans. He is underrated but overrated at the same time.
How so? Mm.
I'll give you another reference. Jack Evans makes the Young Bucks look like Bret Hart. The first time I saw Jack Evans, it was in AEW itself.
Mm.
He
Mm.
kind of stood out. Then I think he really got overconfident in the ring. His in-ring work speaks it loud. And there you go.
Mm-hmm. Uh, you are talking about the flips.
It's not just the flips.
He
So
he
yeah,
goes overboard with them.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh, it could also be a reason that why is he doing it, because to stand out, to get noticed, because other than that, what does he have going? uh, Probably, what does he have going at this point? uh, you know they don't give him mic time, and he doesn't have much TV time. And what else? Uh, and probably he is dealing with some shit because he doesn't look in good shape. He didn't look in good shape. I can understand, the hair and facial hair, because it was for a storyline. So he, left it, for it to get, shaved. But with regards to his, his build, um, he doesn't look good. I know that in 2021 it is a big no-no, but the fact is that at least, looks, presentable. What the shit you are pulling off, you should have the build for it. It should not look, sloppy.
I don't know what's the state with Jack Evans, but if I'm Tony Khan, I'm presenting this guy. I know he's a lower card guy right now, trying to present him on TV and stuff. If I was Tony Khan, I would, send this guy to somewhere else. If it could work Impact, let him work Impact. If he can go to AAA or stuff, let him work AAA. Let him have some dates with New Japan. They would love him. You can use him on any card. Maybe if it's possible, now it's possible, I guess. You can send him to Japan for a couple of months. Do a best of the Super Junior, a tournament. Feature him in some of his cards. That will freshen up his mind. At least he will get motivated. And then you can do something with him on AEW, like you do with someone like Matt Sydal or something. They have purpose right now. They are doing their veteran type of role. You can do something like Jack Evans.
Agreed. They can do that. But, I guess the first priority right now should be to fucking look presentable for, for TV or for, any promotion. That is the mindset of any promotion. Even WWE has a stricter, mindset with regards to that. You should look fucking presentable for television. If I am just saying an example, that if it were any other company, they wouldn't have had Jack Evans at this point in their main event. Even if he is dealing with some issues, understandable, but get them sorted out, then get on television. I understand that they use this match for prolonging a feud, or for prolonging a match. Agreed, absolutely. But if there is a new viewer who was watching and he watched the main event featuring Orange Cassidy and Jack Evans, if he watches Jack Evans, what message does it send him? Is he motivated to watch your product? Is he motivated to watch next week? Probably not as much. So you need to get that into mind. I understand that probably I am saying something that goes to the negative of him, but I am talking probably some sense. Am I talking some sense?
Yeah, that is the motive right now. Do something with him, because it doesn't is feeling out of place. I pitch the ideas of go work somewhere else while being contracted to AEW.
Get in shape, and then you can work anywhere. Work. You gave all the examples. You can even work with dark elevation. You have New Japan strong. you have various streams of work to go about, to get your head straight. So things can work out for the better. But first of all, you have to work, yourself. You have to work within. Then everything will get into place.
But anyways, man, so they had a hair versus hair match. We had, Matt Hardy getting involved at one point. Let's get into the finish. What happened was, I think there was something like the HFO came out as at the end parts of the match, and we see the Dark Order, coming out. So little distraction going around. Jack Evans ate a orange punch from Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy got the win. So as a result, with the stipulation, Jack Evans, has to go through the, cutting of the hair, shaving of the hair, whatever you call it. So what happened was the best friends. Can you call them the best friends? It is Wheeler Utah and Chucky T. So they are dressed in proper barber outfits, and they brought in clippers. We had a trimmer in hand. So what happened was all the baby faces, they forced Jack Evans to sit on a chair. So Jack Evans's, ponytail was chopped off. Then Wheeler Yuta decided to, shave Jack Evans's hair off. And Orange Cassidy was making sure the ring canvas was pretty neat and clean. So there you go, just half shaven Jack Evans. That was all, the thing that they did. And respect to Jack Evans to going through that. It's not easy getting your head shaven on live television. So there you go. Orange Cassidy got the win. They did a great little moment with negative one. Did the best friend hug and zoom out, sending the home happy. So sending the crowd home happy. What I'm saying. So that was Rampage. And I don't know, this HFO thing, it's you could say the least interesting thing in AEW right now.
Agreed. But you are comparing it to the likes of the other shit. You have CM Punk, you have the Elite, you have Bryan Danielson, you have Kenny Omega, and the other shit that is happening. You have the Cody shit, Cody Malachi, and what is happening. It is agreeable. That right now it doesn't come to par. You can say that it is time constraints, or you can say that it is quality content. It is people actually caring about that. But I guess when this gets done, this feud gets done, probably we would see both the guys getting involved in better shape. Right now what they're given, make chicken salad out of it. That is the only thing that they should focus on at this point. And we also saw your favorite Angelico this week at in the post match. You have been name dropping him for the past 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
finally we
I'm
saw him.
accidentally calling Jack Evans and Eleko. There you go.
Yes.
See, there's another reason.
Yes. So we finally saw him this week.
Yeah, there you go, man. We forgot to mention about, talk about Malachi Black. He had a little promo package. He talks about the
Yes.
stuff with, Cody Rhodes and the Nightmare family. He says that he wants to just leave that in the past and just move on. And he's going for someone else. That's intriguing. Malachi Black, his presentation has been awesome. I'm glad that he survived the Nightmare Family Cody Rhodes feud and he came off looking stronger than ever. So that's great. So interested on what he does next. And there you go, man. That was the entire thing with Rampage. Or am I forgetting something else?
I guess just wanted to add that with regards to this, that he said that the black mist which he sprayed, it came from the heart. So that is probably the catalyst of probably the slow burn for Cody Rhodes' heel turn. That could probably happen. So he sprayed the, I guess, Excalibur called it the corruption when it happened.
Huh?
So when
Calls it the corruption.
Excalibur called it the corruption. That when he sprayed it, when the match happened and in the midst of the match when he sprayed it, so he said that Malachi Black sprayed the corruption on him. That it corrupts his mind, and that he was a babyface, and now it corrupts his mind, and now he would succumb. He will succumb to the dark side, and that spray, that dark, that black mist would, it would corrupt his whole, his whole being. So so we would see probably changes in his persona, and we would see, and we are seeing it. What happened on Dynamite, we saw, he was not obeying the orders of his coach and stuff like that. So what is happening is intriguing, absolutely. And one thing that probably also was discussed was the casino ladder match. The competitors were revealed, and the winner would get a world title shot.
So
Yes, please.
well, can we go through the participants? Because let's see, we
Yes.
have John Moxley, we have Orange Cassidy, Lance Archer, who else? Matt Hardy. 4 guys. Am I missing someone?
We have Pac, we have Andrade, and we have the Joker.
So the main intriguing thing is who's the Joker going to be? In simple words, I think this could be a Forbidden Door thing. It could be someone on the active roster, or this could be the returning Hangman Page.
Yes, but at this point, I don't know if they would go the Hangman way, because at this point they have involved Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson with one another. So I don't know if they would go that way, that punching the ticket with regards to Hangman Page and Hangman getting a 1-on-1 title shot with Kenny Omega, and Hangman getting the victory. I don't know. It would create chaos, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I get your point, but I'm just throwing it out in the universe. Maybe it's a possible.
Let's see.
Or the Forbidden Door thing. I kind of name dropped Jay White. We have a free agent in Buddy Murphy or Buddy Matthews. Sorry. Other than that, it's not going to be Bray Wyatt or Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman has more chance in Impact Wrestling. And Bray Wyatt also, there was a discussion, but someone said that he probably would have more creative freedom, and get his shit over in Impact Wrestling. If it is compared to AEW, I don't know, but wherever he gets his uh, creative thing going, that would be the best way, because if he enters some promotion where his creativity gets stopped, then it won't be good. He should get free run with it.
We'll have to wait and see what happens on Dynamite. But before we leave, Abby, where can these guys find you?
Guys, you can connect with me on Twitter and Instagram at Abimaniac, and you can also connect with me on Facebook and LinkedIn as well.
And you can find Slamhub Wrestling on Twitter at SlamhubW, Instagram at Slamhub Wrestling. You can catch this review and Anchor and Spotify as well. This was the AEW Rampage review, and we'll see you guys next time.